Hello and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and today I welcome you to my third online Christmas card class. We're going to make 4 more cute cards that focus primarily on the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite, but again, I have added in the Pine Tree Punch just to mix things up a little bit. We've used that along with the Perfectly Plaid stamp set in a previous class. So if you have that, excellent. Then you're ready to craft along. And if you don't, you can certainly include that in your list. If you would like to get the full tutorial, all the measurements and some pictures, some more detailed pictures of the cards to go along with this video, you can do that by just placing a $35 order in my online store using the host code that I will put below this video, and I will have a link for you that I will put in at the end of this. So you can just go there and shop, spend $35 on anything at all that you would like, and I will send you all the paper products, all the embellishments, envelopes, everything that you need to create these 4 cards, with the exception of stamps and ink and the punch and those non-consumable items. But I'll send you all of the consumable items, and you can use stuff from your stash if you'd like, or you can order some of the things, and then you will have exactly what I have used. So the choice is yours. Today is Monday, so I will post this class on YouTube so that you can watch it again and again and again if you like. And you will have until Friday of this week, so that's December the 3rd, if you would like to place an order and use that host code, and then I will send you that kit absolutely free. I'll pay the shipping and everything. It'll come right to your door, and then you can make these cute cards as well. So are we ready to get started? Let's switch over to this. There we go. Oh, look, there is absolutely nothing there, but I can fix that. So if you are joining me, put a comment in, and so I can see that you're here. And if you're watching this on a replay, you can put a comment in as well. I love to know who's enjoyed these videos or watched these videos. And if you've crafted along, that's awesome. That's what I'm hoping for, that people will find inspiration and do some crafting. Okay, so we're going to start. The first card, I haven't actually made it yet. It's an easy card to make. It uses the Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More cards. We've used these on some of our other cards in this series, and this is the one that we're going to use today. Your sugar and spice and everything nice. So I'm sure there's lots of people on your Christmas card list that you think that would fit for, so you can send them this easy card. And if you purchase the Memories and More card pack, you could send it to 6 of your friends. Okay, so we're going to use that card. And for this card, we are also using the Gingerbread and Peppermint Memories and More cards and envelopes. So this is a little bigger than your standard card size. Exact measurements, let's see. This is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. The cards come in the pack, come in 2 sizes. They are either like this one, 3 by 4, or the larger ones are 4 by 6. So you could put a 4 by 6 card on here, and you would have just a 1/4 inch border all the way around, and that's why these cards are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. But we're using one of the smaller cards today, so it will fit right into this little decorative box. So I'm just going to flip that over, and I am going to put dimensionals on the back of this to pop it up and just give it a little more interest and pizzazz. Okay. And we'll see how often I lose my dimensionals today. It's always the big question when we do these classes, isn't it? How many times will she lose the dimensionals? Oh, look, I lost one already. There we go. It's better. We'll get these off of here. So today is November 29th, and if you have been following any of my emails or Facebook posts, you will know that there is a special on the starter kit right now. If you would like to join the Great Stamping Believers team and be part of my Stampin' Up! Family, I would love to have you join me. And right now, there's a sale on that kit. So there's my card popped up, and I have a real red sheer ribbon bow. I snuck ahead and tied it in advance, which I will do in your kit as well. But now I don't have to tie a bow on camera, at least not for this one. Sometimes I do, but this time I have it ready to go. And so I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots on the back of that. Glue dots are the best way to attach bows to your cards. They're quick and easy, and they stick really nicely. And just put that in the corner. And then I have some red rhinestone basic jewels, and I love these. These are beautiful Christmas red, although they're just really red. You could use them any time of year, but they're beautiful red, and they just add a little red shine to everything you put them on. So we are just going to plunk some right onto this card to give it a little sparkle and shine. There. And there you have it. Look at that. How quick and easy. And cute. I mean, sugar and spice and everything nice. This card is nice, isn't it? Lots of fun. So there is our first card. Timothy Sipple, good morning. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. How you doing, cousin? Scenic Mississauga. Does that mean you have snow? We have a little dusting in Wasaga Beach here. Things are looking kind of white. Anyway, there we go. That is our first card finished. Let's set some of these things aside and bring in the second card. So this is the second card that we will make. This one starts with a basic white thick card base. And I'll just bring in my bone folder, and it's warm. Where are you? You're in Mississauga. Okay, fine. The sunny south from me. It's warm in Mississauga today, folks, just in case anybody needed to know that. If you're heading to Mississauga, it was a little chilly here this morning, -9 on the Celsius scale. That's okay. It's supposed to warm up again. It's supposed to be above 0 by tomorrow. So winter has not fully encompassed us just yet. So there's my card base ready to go. The next layer is Old Olive, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And I have embossed this piece with the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. So you can see it's just got some interesting texture to it to give the background a little bit of pop and fun. Let's put some of my tape runner on here. This is the Stampin' Seal. It is the easiest, fastest and easiest way. We have all sorts of adhesives, and they each do something a little bit different, so they all have a place, but this one is quick and easy. So out on there. Okay. And then we have a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree has been cut from the designer series paper. We've used this designer series paper before, and there are some dies that cut some of the shapes, the snowflake and the bell and the star. The Christmas tree and the mittens, there is no die for them. So I just fussy cut this. It's actually quite easy to fussy cut. So again, I'm gonna, look, I did it again. Give me one moment. I did this last week too. So when you put your card layer down without adding your ribbon to tuck around the edge, here's a little trick. This is dental floss. So I'm going to get my dental floss under the corner here, under this corner, and then I'm just going to pull it and get my fingers under there a little bit to hold it up. As I do this, come around, there we go. And look, the cardstock has come off. It is not scrunched and munched or ruined. And now I can go back and do what I was supposed to do before. So there is sentiment here. So I am going to put a glue dot on the back of the ribbon, right about where it will be covered up by that sticker. And then I'll bring in my silicone mat because I have adhesive on the back of this and I don't want it to stick to the paper. I'm just going to set my tree down so I have an idea of placement for all of this. And then I will put my ribbon right about there. And if you look, don't need that on there yet. If you look closely, you can kind of see the glue dot there, just a little bit, not a lot, but it is going to get covered up. So no one will ever know that that is holding things down there. Just put a little bit of adhesive on each side of this. So then I can get this straight. There are many, many uses for dental floss. It does so much more than just clean your teeth. What Tim, you use it for cleaning under taps in the kitchen. Oh my, like right around where they meet the countertop. You clean more than me, Tim. Martha Stewart does not live at my house, except maybe from a crafting perspective. But yeah, she's not here cleaning. I wish she was. I wish anybody was. Cleaning has never been my strong suit. But I always told my friends I would rather visit you in a house that is not perfectly spotless than wait until you have time to make it spotless, because being together is so much more important than having your house perfectly clean. Oh yes, the things we get from our parents. Yes, Mom taught you to be an awesome cleaner. Well, you know what? It's not all bad. My mom was an awesome cleaner too, but I think that's maybe, perhaps one of my rebellious moments that, my mom did a lot of crafts too, though. So see, I picked up the crafty bit and I must have missed out on the keep it clean thing. I'm so glad you're here, Tim. You're very entertaining, as always. Okay. Have you ever made handmade cards, Tim? You too could do this. I'll show you how. So the rest of this card, the star and the snowflakes and the sentiment, are all stickers. When you get the Memories and More card pack, there are 4 sheets of stickers, 2 of each kind. So this one has some oven mitts and spatulas for your gingerbread cookies, along with some snowflakes and stars and trees and just some decorative borders. And then this one has some more decorations, but it also has some sentiments. So that's what we are using for this card. So I am just going to grab this tree, or sorry, this star to go on top of my tree. And because it's on a dimensional there, I am going to take a glue dot and just kind of roll it between my fingers and put it on the top of this at the back. And that will just help to hold it up a little bit. It is, the star itself is sticky, so I don't need it to hold things down, but I am using it to create a little bit of height under that, just so it sits a little bit more level. So, okay. And then we need some snowflakes. So there's 2 sizes here. So we're going to use one of these big guys. And again, talk about quick and easy. Look at that. Boom, boom, Boom. Snowflake embellishments, all done. So this sentiment that I have on here says your friendship makes the season sweeter. There's also a merriest Christmas. So maybe we'll use merriest Christmas on this one just to change things up a little bit. And I'm going to put that right onto my ribbon, and I'm putting it over top of that glue dot that we had down there. So no one will ever know. There, saved the card, got the ribbon on, and it's all done exactly how I had originally planned it. Kind of, sort of. Yes, no, it is. Alrighty. So that's 2 cards done already, and we are only 15 minutes in. These next 2 cards possibly take a little bit more time, but we have lots of time this morning. So this is the 3rd card, and this is where we use the pine tree punch that I mentioned at the beginning. Let me just grab all my bits and pieces that I need for this, because I did forget to get out my ink. I had it out, but I've been using it. So, okay, we need some cherry cobbler ink. I mentioned that the starter kit is on sale. It is only on sale till the end of November. So you still get to select $165 worth of product of your choice. You only pay $100 and shipping is free. And that's all you have to do. You can stop right there, and that can be it if you choose. You don't ever have to do anything else. There's no, it's completely risk-free. Or if you choose to purchase additional products, you will get at least 20% off of those. So you get a 20% discount on everything you buy. How awesome is that? Because we know that getting 20% more for our more bang for our buck is a good thing for us crafters, because there's no such thing as too much anything when it comes to craft supplies. So, and there is a new catalog coming in January, so this is the perfect time to join and get all those new things that you're after. You can also get your hands on them earlier if you join, because we can start to purchase them as of December 1st, whereas the general public cannot until early January. So it's another little benefit of being a demonstrator. Oh, Cybercrafty Monday. Yes, look at that. Cybercrafty Monday. I like it. Can I use that? Can I steal that? That's called casing things. Copy and selectively edit. So I might not edit it. I might use it exactly as is. Thanks, Tim. Okay, so this card, I have the basic white thick card base again, and then I have a piece of soft succulent cardstock. It is embossed with the Parisian Flourish embossing folder. I think you can see that pretty well, but it's just swirls and curls and sort of looks like a little bit of maybe snow swirling in the back. You are a marketing genius. I've always known you are a marketing genius. Tim is a genius at everything, I'm sure. Actually, he's pretty genius at sailing as far as I can determine. He's got a beautiful boat, and since he hasn't sunk it yet, I'm assuming he's a genius sailor. Looks like he's a genius sailor in the photos I've seen. Anyway, Pine Tree Punch, and this is the Christmas Tidings. Let me get this right here. Tidings of Christmas, not Christmas, Tidings of Christmas 6x6 designer series paper. So we just put it in there, give that a squeeze, and then we have our tree punched out. So I did punch the 6 of these that I was going to use in advance, so they are ready to go. And if I haven't lost them, we're good. There we go. Look, I still have all 6. So for these, I used the multi-purpose liquid glue because I want to make sure I get them glued near the top, and sometimes that's a little difficult with the tape runner. This glue is almost empty. Perhaps I should grab my other bottle. Yes, we're not going to wait and play with that one. We'll just grab this other one, which I believe has more. Ever notice how if you have more than one bottle of glue on the go, they all run out at exactly the same time, even if you started them at different times? I think that's Murphy. Isn't that one of his laws, that all glue bottles and tape runners will finish at the exact same moment so that you're stuck with without any adhesive? Sounds like something Murphy would be up to. So I am putting all 6 of these trees down. When I put something down in a row like that, I find it easiest to do the 2 outside edges first, and then the middle one it's really easy to center, as opposed to doing the first one and thinking you've got the appropriate gap for the second one and then finding you didn't quite. Spray glue. I suppose I could use spray glue, but that would just be a little bit dangerous. Lord knows what I would have sticking to what if I used spray glue. Although it is quick if you're doing something large. We don't need to be quick. We have lots of time. It's all good. What else are you going to do? It's Cyber Monday. You just be shopping and spending money on things that you probably don't need. So this way you can hang out with me and we'll craft. And if you want to spend some money, buy some craft supplies. You just head over to my online store. I will give you a link with the host code right in it. And if you spend $35, I will send you all of the paper products that you've seen here today, all of the embellishments, the jewels, the ribbons, everything that you need to create 4 fun cards. And I will send that along with the tutorial with measurements and pictures. And then you'll also have this video. So you'll be all set for lots of crafting. And if you've ordered some supplies, you could make even more than 4 cards. If you spend over $60, I will also include a free package of embellishments. So then you'll have even more bling to play with for these cards or for other projects. So this is the gold shimmer ribbon from the fall mini catalog. And you can see it is just beautiful, shiny gold ribbon. Very soft, easy to work with if you're doing a bow, but for today, we're just putting this right across our trees near the bottom. I want just a little bit of the trunk to show. So I'm going to put it about there. And again, I'm going to flip it over and put some tape here to hold the ribbon. Did you see? I didn't make the same mistake on this card. I am remembering to put the ribbon on. Doesn't mean I don't make 2 mistakes or more in one card class, but I try not to make the same mistake. Of course, there are never any guarantees, are there? There we go. And then we are going to attach this to our card base. I'll bring in the card base. Save the floss. Oh, ye of little faith, you have no faith in me, do you? Or you know me. Oh, yes, you do know me. Yes, I actually have that dental floss hanging very close to my work area because, yes, I do use it on a somewhat regular basis. Less often because I forgot to add ribbon, more often because I get something on crooked. And I find that crooked just drives me batty. So I have to pull it off and try it again. Okay, so this is the brushed metallic cardstock. And I've cut it with the layering circles dies, and that will create the backdrop for our sentiment. And I also cut a basic white cardstock circle when I did that, and I'm using my cherry cobbler ink. And we're finally going to do some stamping. We haven't actually done any stamping yet today. So again, I am using the Frosted Gingerbread stamp set. This is the one that we have used in all of these classes, so we will use it again. Okay, so dental floss that is mint versus dental floss that is plain. Interesting. I do actually believe that I am using plain dental floss. I think I might have even started with some waxed dental floss that I got years and years and years ago, and put it in my craft stash when they told us that we should only be using unwaxed dental floss for our teeth. So that became something not suitable for teeth and turned into something suitable for crafting. Okay, so there is our sentiment. Close up that ink before I lean in it, because dental floss will not clean ink off of my clothes. Bring in my stamp and scrub here, give this guy a little scrub. Quick and easy cleaning with that guy, love him. And we are finished with that. Set this to the side. Okay. Tim, you'll have to message me your address. I don't think I have your snail mail address. Then I can send you one of these lovely handmade cards that I've been making. You'll find me in Messenger. Okay. There we go. Get this onto here. So I've added dimensionals to this so that there is a little bit of pop to my sentiment, and I'm just going to put it onto this background. There we go. And flip that over, and we will put some adhesive on the back of this. And down onto our card. Over just a tiny bit. There we go. There. Now you may have noticed that I have some red gems on here. These are not the red rhinestones that we used previously, because this color in this designer series paper is not real red. It's actually cherry cobbler, like the ink that we used. So the red rhinestones, you could probably use them. No, there's not so much red in here that you don't, but it is a little bit different color. I'm not sure whether you can see that on camera or not, but it is a little bit different. And these are kind of small, and I wanted a bigger tree topper. So I pulled out my clear rhinestone basic jewels, and I was sort of playing with it, but I have gold here, so the silver color didn't quite work either. So I decided to make them cherry cobbler with my Stampin' Blends. So the Stampin' Blends are our alcohol markers, and they are fantastic for coloring your clear gems. Just go around those. Look at that. And now we have 4 cherry cobbler rhinestones. So you can have gems in any color you want just by using our Stampin' Blends. That's today's cool tip, because that is just awesome. We have such great color coordination, but they can't possibly have gems in every single color. That would be a lot of different colors and gems and things. But it doesn't matter, because we can make any color we want. You can do the same thing with our ribbon as well. If you have white ribbon and you want it in a color, you can color it with our Stampin' Blends, and it will change the color of your white ribbon to whatever color you colored it with, and it will be permanent. It won't rub off on your fingers or anything when you open the card. So that's another little trick that you can use to get gems and ribbon in any color you want. And there we go. There's our third card, all finished. Set that one aside and clean up this area just a little bit. And we are ready for our fourth and final card. If you are just joining or watching this on the replay, we are making 4 cards today, primarily from the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite. And you can get all the paper products and all the embellishments that I have used to make these 4 cards if you just place a $35 order in my online store using the host code that I will provide at the below this video. And I will put a link to my store with that code in it. So you just go over to my store. You can choose any products you want at all, $35. And I will send you the full tutorial with all the measurements. And I will send you all the paper products and the embellishments, the envelopes, everything for free. So love to have you do that. And while you are over at my website and my store, if you would like to subscribe to my blog, that would be great. Then you will know when I am running events and everything that I'm up to, as well as getting lots and lots of inspiration. So this is the 4th card that we are going to make. We have some yummy looking gingerbread cookies sitting on this card. So again, I have started with the basic white thick card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Where did my bone folder go? Just grab that, bring that in, give that a nice crease. Get that quite right there. There we go. Okay, and then we have a piece of basic white cardstock, and I've used the same Parisian Flourish embossing folder on this one. I just thought it was, the swirls and everything went really nicely with the gingerbread idea, so I have used that again. And then I have cut a star, a snowflake, and a bell from our craft paper. This is part of the Gingerbread Suite, and it is it's a little thicker than it's heavier weight, but I don't think it's thicker than our cardstock. Hard to say, but anyway, it's a nice solid, has a nice solid feel to it, and it's just fun for gingerbread and things. I have done the sentiment. I will show you how I made this, but this is done with white embossing powder. So let's just pull in our second piece of craft paper here, and everything I need for embossing. So I have my sentiment stamp. Get some of these things out of the way so I don't end up with a big mess. And this is white embossing powder. If you've never done heat embossing, it is where all the magic happens. You need to use Versamark ink, which is an ink, it's clear, so you don't see it other than it darkens the page a little bit. But it is slower to dry than our regular inks. So you have time to get your embossing powder onto your paper before the ink dries. It is actually the ink that the embossing powder sticks to. Okay, so my cardstock, and here's my, you're the icing to my gingerbread. Get that inked up and stamp it down in here. Oh, I suspect you are looking at glare, because I know I certainly am looking at glare. Hard to see where that went. Hopefully it went kind of straight. Give that a good press down to pull it off, and then you just sprinkle your embossing powder all over this. Tap off the extra. I give it a little flick on the back to clean off anything that's there. And I do have a brush. You can just use any sort of little brush with a bit of a point or fine or whatever. If you have extra embossing powder that stayed on the edge of your cardstock or anything, you do want to brush it away, because when you heat emboss it, if there is any powder on the edges, it will be stuck to your sentiment. So once you have that, and bring in your heat embossing, and I use, this is just a clipboard, and I've covered it with tin foil. And I've done that because when you do heat embossing, sometimes the paper curls a little bit, but I find with the tin foil at the back, you are applying heat from the front and the tin foil heats from the back, and your paper stays a little bit straighter or flatter. It doesn't tend to curl. So that's just a little tip. And then you bring in your heat tool, and you would just go over this. You watch. Right now, this is very dull. As the heat embossing kicks in, you will see it turn shiny. Okay? I'm not actually going to do this because it is very loud. It takes just a minute or two, so I'm just going to set that aside. But we will pretend that I did that, and then ta-da, look, we have a sentiment. And once it's cool, you can feel it's raised. It is permanent, and that is going nowhere. And it is very fancy pants, Tim. Yes, it is. Heat embossing is one of those techniques in our stamping world where all of the magic happens. It's a ton of fun. So if you don't have a heat tool, put it on your Christmas list. Have your family and friends get in touch with me and order you one, because you should have a heat tool. It's a little addictive when you first do it. It is so magical to see the dull powder transform into something shiny. But a couple other options are the Whisper White stamp pad. It is not as brilliant, but it is certainly an option. Or you could use red or green or black or anything dark that would show up on here. So there's lots of ways that you can create your sentiment if you don't have heat embossing. But heat embossing is the most fun. So, okay, so there is our sentiment ready. And we have our pieces that we're going to do in a moment. First, I am going to put this cardstock onto my card base and get it ready. Things that we want. And this is just white on white, which is a look that I like, especially for Christmas, but any color. You could do cherry cobbler on cherry cobbler, and I like it. It just adds a little more depth to your card. Then I used the gingerbread dies, and I have cut out the snowflake and the star and the bell. But before I ran, this is just basic white cardstock, but before I ran it through my die cutting machine, I put the adhesive sheets on the back of my cardstock. So I am just going to grab my pokey tool here. And sometimes this is just a little tricky to get started, but I find the pokey tool helps sometimes, except when you're live on camera, then nothing helps. This is not a mistake, Tim, just so you know. It's just me playing with things. Have a heat gun. Yes, yeah, not everybody has a heat gun, but everybody should have a heat gun. So I'm pulling the backing off of here, and this is now a sticker. So you don't have to mess around with your liquid glue or even your spray glue, Tim, because this is a sticker. Look at that. We all love playing with stickers, don't we? Isn't that something we used to do as kids? And, you know, kind of like coloring, you always enjoy going back to some of those things you did as a child because they're just fun. I think that's why we have kids. Mostly, I think that's why we have grandkids. Still trying to do that, but well, no, I'm not actually trying to have the grandchild. I'm still waiting for grandkids. There we go. And the third one. Okay. So this is, these sheets come in a package of 12. They are 6 by 12 inches. So you can make lots and lots and lots and lots of stickers with one package of these, and they are just awesome. Quick and easy anytime you have anything detailed like this. I mean, you of course could use it on bigger pieces, but it's easy to add adhesive to larger, thicker pieces. But these little detailed guys, I would say this is what you want. Okay, so I was doing really well until right now. I've lost one of the pieces. Let me just see if I did knock it on the floor. See, that's what happens. You lean in things and you knock them on the floor. There we go. So we have the pieces for our peppermint candies. So again, I have adhesive sheet on the back of these. These are a little bit trickier to get off because they are quite tiny. There we go. Okay, and then I have used our red and green foil sheets to cut these circles. These are part of the gingerbread dies, these candy circles. And you can use them when you put those two layers together. All of a sudden, voila, more magic. Should have called this a magic show. Now we turned a red circle into a peppermint candy. There we go, and one big candy. See, it's very sticky. Sticks to everything. There we go. There's our peppermint. So now we have all of our bits and pieces ready to go. These peppermints I will glue down directly to my card base, but the rest of it we are going to put down with dimensionals just so that they pop off our card a little bit more. So we will get some onto here so that they're ready to go. After I stick these all down, then you have to watch me pull all the backs off. Sorry, folks. Oh, there. Okay, we're ready. So I'm going to start with my sentiment and put it down near the bottom, and then that will help me determine where I want to place the other cookies and candies. So we'll put this, it's probably out of the camera, isn't it? Put this right down here. There we go. And then we're ready. Shall we change up what goes where on this card just to be different? So, okay. So Tim, you have a heat gun because everybody should, as you mentioned, but what do you do with your heat gun? I suspect you're not doing heat embossing and card making. Not yet, anyway. We'll get you over to card making. I'm sure they have. Your heat gun is possibly a, the tool kind or something. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about them. I only know crafting heat guns, because really that's all that matters to me. I just want to make sure I have room for these the way I want them. That's getting pretty close there. I think I'm going to put this one up a bit higher, and then this one can go in the gap. Yes, I like that. I'll give him a push. Get this one ready to go. I love the gingerbread and peppermint suite. There's so many different things that you can make with it, because there's a whole bunch of different dyes. There's the candies and there's the cookies, and the designer series paper has things that you can cut out, and it's just a whole lot of fun. Didn't end up quite with the same gaps on this card, but that's okay. We'll find places for our candies. We won't leave them off. There we go. Put the lid back on the glue. And there, look at that. Now we have another plate of cookies on a card ready to send someone. And I debated, I pulled out these subtle shimmer sequins, because I was wondering if we needed a little, do you remember those hard silver balls? I know they have a name, but that you put on cookies and things for baking, and they were silver and they were crunchy and sweet candy. So I thought I could put a sequin right in the middle of these to sort of emulate that. So perhaps I will do that. Now, there are two ways that you can do sequins. I think I will do this one. These are probably about an okay size. Oh, look at that. I'm going to skip that because I just stuck two on there. So put this on here. So you just stick your sequin onto your glue dot and lift it off, and then you can put it right onto your card. The other thing you can do, sometimes perhaps a little easier, is just get a little bit of your liquid adhesive. So I'm using my Take Your Pick tool, and now I'm just going to put a little dot of, see, I think I have two sequins here again, but we're just going to put a little dot of glue on there, and then that can go right down onto, see, I do have two sequins on here. Oh, three sequins. I should shake these around before I try. Okay, so I'm not sure where the glue went on this one now. So we're gonna go back, because I'm gonna end up with sequins stuck everywhere. But now I have some single sequins. We'll go back and do these on here. It's just how I always used to do it. And then someone told me to use liquid glue. I'm not entirely convinced that's the way I like to do it just yet. Put right in the holder on the bell. And what do we think? Do we like that? I think I like those in the center. It just kind of finishes it off, doesn't it? So we'll add them on this card as well. I think this is the sequin that had the glue on it. It's sticky. Now it's got double glue, so it will be going nowhere once it's on my card. And I just need one more. Get that One more glue dot here. Get the extras out of the way. There we go. And I'm going to put the lid on that before any of those spill out. And there you have it. There's our fourth card. So now we have some lovely gingerbread cookies and peppermint candies to share with someone. So, okay, well, I hope you have enjoyed these cards. I hope that that you will give them a try. They're not difficult to make, and if you are interested in having the kit to make these, as I have said, hop over to my online store, place an order for anything at all that you would like, $35 or more, and I will send you the full kit of all the paper products, envelopes, embellishments, everything you need to all the pieces that you need to make these cards. And if your order is $60 or more, I will also send you a free package of embellishments, so you will have even more shine and bling to play with in your crafting. Let me just bring me back. How's that? Replace. There we go. Okay, so those are the cards for today. I hope you have enjoyed them. I will post all of these on my Facebook page, and you will be able to access the YouTube video if you want to watch it again. Thank you so much for joining me. I've enjoyed crafting with you, and I hope to see you again. I won't be running a card series in December, but I'll be back in the new year. So watch for that. You will see it advertised on my Facebook page. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Have a wonderful day and a great week, and happy crafting. Bye for now.